And I am live. Good evening, everybody. Happy Monday night to you, the 15th. It ain't Pie Day. It's what's called Throw Up Day here. And happy Monday to all of you. Well, the ship almost went down, almost went down today with all hands on deck. Let's make sure I'm getting out the other side there. Yes, I am. And there I go. Oh, hey Shimei, how are you doing? The bubble gut of doom, yeah, as you called it. How you doing, Dolly? What's going on tonight? Oh boy, what a 24 hours, huh? Y'all could kind of tell at the end of last night. I was like, oh, how you doing, NorCal dude? James Lip and Amanda, good to see you this evening. Hello, Ace. How are you? I'm still smiling, guys. The ship almost went down today. The ship almost went down. How you doing, MJ and Toodles, Linda Harper, Beatles? What's up, High Watch? Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. You know, if I'm not in the hospital, I'm feeling good. Hello, Miss Susie Q. I got up today and man, I felt like I got kicked in the head with a mule. I'm not gonna kid you guys. It was a long night. Fire chick, how you doing? Hey Ruby. And I get this call about how you doing, Joey D? I get this call about 10 o'clock. Can you come into can you come into work today? And I said, I'll come in on one condition today, that somebody checks me out in the where I work, and I went into work till about 4 o'clock this afternoon. And how you doing, Joanne Smith? Good to see you. Hello, you and me along the way. Charla, good to see you. Hey, Laura. Guess what? I had some of your luck at the casino today. That's awesome. I said, okay, we'll get somebody to check you out. So I go in there and I confess my culinary crime today. And I don't know, the doctor was just an ER doctor hanging around the back. And I explained what happened, and he's just like, Jesus, you are really dumb. He's, and his parting words are, "Good thing you're in the back and not in the front," right? When it comes to dealing with patients and all that. I'm feeling a lot better tonight, Laura. Hello, Ron. Eating chopped ice is good for your sickness. I've been good for hours now, but it was funny to get the reaction. The stomach's all better. I mean, look, the ship almost went down today. We hit some rough waves, but we came up good. Our bow was going underwater, but we came back up and we rode out the storm as usual. Look, you guys know, man, I am one tough, tough nut to crack. Okay, and it's going to take more than this to break my stride, especially when I have some a chance to chill out in LA and all that. But when it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, when you got chills and you're like, okay, all right, I'm dying here. I'm thinking of getting some scratch paper and scribbling out a last note and bequeathing all my worldly goods and inflicting my stereo collection on somebody after I've passed. Stay away from the ragu, huh? The ragu. Well, I used to give things kind of the sniff test, Charlie Brown. Open that can, open that jar of ragu or Francesco Rinaldi. Even might have a little bit of green fur growing on the on the bottom. It smells okay. It probably won't be fatal. I mean, can you survive botulism? I don't know. Making me sick, all the waves and the bow talk. I'll tell you. Well, the good news is the ship did not go down today. It was in heavy seas, but as I explained to you guys today, some things just confuse me, right? I mean, I was talking about how in Antarctica, all these expeditions, they went up 100 years later and they find the food and it's all perfect. They find animals encased in ice from 5,000 years ago, perfectly preserved and all. You know, why the hell shouldn't I? And I'm not still convinced. Thank you, impatient. I'm not convinced. Thank you, Duke. Duke Nukem. Yeah, thank you. I'm still not convinced that maybe I just caught a stomach bug or something like that. You know, just survived the fourth worst blizzard. I saw that. Yeah, the sniff test. Yeah. Note to everybody who visits the rancho: check the expiration deck. Check the expiration dates before Rosie cooks. Well, we don't have to worry about any of that anymore because I gutted everything in there that was beyond a couple years old. I can't just, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. But I had some stuff in the freezer from 2013. Hello, Mike Jordan. How are you? Hello, M. How are you doing? I've had food poisoning before you had food poisoning. Well, it just goes to show you, even the finest refrigeration system, stuff happens, right? Things happen in there. But I thought the response was classic at, telling the doctor, and it's just, they just look at you like you're the biggest dumbbell that ever, it's like there's a reason for expiration dates on things. And I said, I always took that as kind of a suggested use by date. And I could tell I was kind of digging myself a deeper hole as I went along there. And it's just like, God, boy, you ought to take a food safe handling course or something like that. Oh, 42 today, Smelly Cat. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Smelly Cat. Ooh. Don't eat expired food. Happy birthday to you. Listen to Cheryl. I don't need expired crap. Could you imagine Cheryl's bedside manner? I mean, I'm kicking around almost dead today, right? The ship is gone down at 5 a.m. this morning, 6 a.m. So the ship is down, man. We are in heavy seas. And I am going down on that deal. So, Smelly Cat, happy birthday to you, honey. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, well, I don't know if you'd call it really sick per se, because I have a lot of bounce to my system, and it takes a lot to break my stride. And I did manage to get some work hours in today, and now it is time to play. So, yeah, happy birthday. I lost my job eating expired candy. Days of horror. There's Smelly Cat. Days of horror. I said, no, that stuff does not go bad. It lasts forever. Well, theoretically it should, right? If they've used proper canning and freezing methods. I don't know. I don't get it. Cassandra, how you doing, beautiful? When I saw the video pop up this morning, I thought it was the sushi. Maybe it was. I don't know. Should we jump to quick conclusions? I don't know. Maybe that some of that tuna rebounded on me, but I don't think so. I mean, I've usually have a very strong constitution, and very few things bring me down in the way of. I rarely get stomach upset or explosive, Thank you, Craig. You don't need any extra wang in your life. Yeah, it had a little wang too. I don't know. I just thought, it kind of, things taste a little off, but you know what, right? I feel like a dog sometimes. Just if it's okay, just kind of sniff it. Looks okay. The color's a little off, but it's all right. What could go wrong? Right? A tuna can be harsh. I don't know. A couple possibilities. I mean, I'm not entirely sure, nor is because I bounced back very quickly today. Okay, very quickly this afternoon. I was back in the saddle. And you know, the doctor is like, yeah, it's a good thing you don't have botulism or something like that. I was like, you know, all right, whatever, I'll deal with it. No, you don't deal with, you just die when you just die when you get that, all the toxins in your system and things like. But I'm all right. I'm okay. You know, it's just crazy. Keep your hair up. That's right, Al. Just keep rolling, man. Keep the wheels down and keep moving. Right, but I didn't feel real hot this morning, that's for sure. Look what they do with country hams. They get out. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I survived 5 years in China, no refrigeration, never a problem. And you know, God knows what I ate over there. You know, I'm just putting it out. I'm just putting it out there. And that was what was that? 25 years ago. So I don't, you know, it was tough times. 3-year-old pig leg. Well, you know, they'll cure hams and things like that, and that's fine. And that's all part of my thinking process. Although I will admit, I was not thinking about the Smithfield hams hanging up, or I definitely would have blown my morning blown my morning coffee. Then this afternoon, I thought, oh shit, man, I'm really dying because all of a sudden there's a parotid canal here when you eat on both sides down by your ears, and it introduces saliva. So when you're eating, you know, before you eat, it starts to you know, your mouth knows what's coming, so it starts to let the juices flow and all that, so to speak. And I had some kind of blockage up there today, and my side of my ear just puffed out. Like, that was an interesting phenomenon too. I swear to God, they can take my blood and immunize the world. I mean, no matter what comes down no matter what comes down the pike. Yeah, mummified ham. Yeah, they salt it so heavily that nothing can live on the surface ago. Craig said years ago I ordered a month and a half pound lobster at the ship. The waiter said the waiter you wanted a 2 pounder, they would give me the same price, and I ended up with food poisoning. Wow. Thank you, Liz. Well, I can tell you this: growing up on Chesapeake Bay in Baltimore, we had a saying when it came to crabs, and some people defy this and they take a risk. And if you watch Gordon Ramsay deal with seafood on Kitchen Nightmares and shows like that, they'll look at shellfish that some people are trying to cook that, you know, the shells are open and stuff, and they're still throwing them into the thing. But we had the saying, if it ain't kicking, it ain't cooking. In other words, if it ain't alive, then it doesn't go into the pot because seafood degrades so rapidly and the bacteria grows. Whoa. just thinking about that rotten crap. Well, thank you very much. This is the Christmas present I got to myself. Yes, at one time salt was worth more than gold. Absolutely, positively. How you doing, Robert Mack? Good to see you tonight. So I'm feeling about 90% good. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. That's for damn sure here. So I got sick on meatloaf once, and it took a decade for me to try it again. Wow, I have a newfound respect for food science now. I just woke as I just grew up as indestructible and could put anything in my mouth and not worry about it. I don't care what it was, puffer fish from right, fugu from Japan. Give me the poison sack, I'll be fine. Right, a couple minutes later, I will be fine. I love when Gordon checks the walk-in freezer because that's where you get busted. Amen. Man, that's where all the sins hide, right? I mean, that's where all the bodies are buried, in the walk-in refrigeration units. And, oh, you're sweet, Cassandra. I ain't nothing, honey. You ate the frozen food and mentioned the unsettled feeling during your video chat. I did mention that at the end of last night, at the end of my chat session, that I was feeling a little turbid in the gut, and I should have gone live at 3 a.m. Right? That would have been viral video on YouTube. But I am feeling good. Rotting seafood. Yeah, Robert, I'm gonna be down in LA starting tomorrow night. I'm all gassed up and everything and ready to go. 3.99.9 today for gas. Think about that, guys. 3.99.9, $4 a gallon today. And the good news, I only needed 8 gallons of gas to top up my thing. So I can't be entirely sure. It might have been, just some quick intestinal bug or something like that that got me down. I know. I don't think it was the sushi. I'm not even sure. It's one of three things. It could have been the sushi. I'm going to give that a 10% chance. It could have been a quick stomach bug, one of those 12, 18-hour varieties. I'm going to give that a 40% chance. And I'm going to give that food from the freezer about a 50% chance. Now, I know what you all are saying. Rosie, look, you're just trying to buy your way back to continue your lousy eating habits of crap in the freezer from dollar store and all that. Look, just draw the line, cut the bullshit, as I used to say on my channel, and no backpedaling. And I dumped out a lot of stuff today. Forget the RV at those prices. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Star Walker. I appreciate that. Hi, Vicky. Half the tank in my SUV is $40. Yeah, frozen salmonella, right? I can be an experimental laboratory for food science. And somebody's got to be the test penguin to go out there and test the ice ones. Wonder how much that pays. I do recall another time in my life when I stood in front of plasma donation places and wondered how painful is that to give plasma or whatever for $40 and first time through they give you a bonus $10. I did stand there before and consider something like that. Could have been the whiskey, might have been the gin, could have been the 3 or 4 6-packs, I don't know, but all the mess, well, whatever. Hey, twin thing. I ate some food, bought prepackaged, and got sick for 24 hours. Patricia says clear it all out. It's gone. It's gone. I'm going to be gone for trash day, but Bobby's going to put the trash can down, and it's going to be just a memory in a couple days because I don't need that. It's like Patricia said. It's only $1 items, but next time I want to start up the dollar food reviews again, I'll buy fresh from the dollar store on their sardines. Oda May, how you doing, baby doll? Are you wearing Pampers? I could have been wearing them till about 7 a.m. today, skunk ape. Okay, and I don't have that fetish. All right, I don't. It ruins the line of your clothes, right? I mean, it's not conducive. It's not conducive to, teeny weeny bikinis to be wearing a diaper and all that. Not that I have anything. Not that yeah, here you go, Oda May. I didn't even know where you went, babe. You're like the Lone Ranger out there. So I hope that that's the real Oda May. So good going. I know it's good money spent, though, not worth risking. How many times, I hate daylight savings time, it's useless. How many times have you gone in there, what do you clear out your freezer once a year and you look at stuff? I don't know. I mean, I'm a very light eater, so it's not something I do too often to dig down to the bottom of the pile to see what kind of goodies are down there. I don't know. So I'm not going to take a chance on that anymore. So but I'm happy. There it is. Okay, well, you got your rent. So if you need to take care of business, we'll let you post what you need to post there. And by the way, Oda May oversees my Discord over there with the lovely Marie as well as Silva Star. So I'm very grateful for what they do over there. I'm taking a hot shower when I feel at death's door. Um, it was weird the way this kind of blew out on this side today too. I thought, man, I'm really gonna die. I'm dying. I'm dying. All kinds of weird phenomena's happening, right? And just I'm dying. What's up, Timothy? How you doing? No problem, Oda May. I don't have my phone, but whatever you need to post, just post it on up. Just don't post any of your naughty. I bought Safeway steak and had to freeze. It turned a dark color. It's now bad. It's only been a couple. What do you think? I would eat it. You? Yeah. Ooh, 1972 hot dogs still good. Well, think about it, guys. Gas in Nashville's 225. Okay, think about it. Think about it. They find these expeditions of these poor slobs that took off in wooden boats to try to get across the Arctic or whatever, right? And these poor slobs make it about halfway over, and the boat gets crushed in the ice, and they're out on the ice. No radio communications, and they got a dead reckoning to find themselves. But how in the hell you're gonna get out of there? Which I don't know how Ernest Shackleton did it, but he did it with his party. But man, they went up there 100 years later, and they're finding, you know, food. They're opening it up and having a damn party up there. What the hell's the difference? Bobby Blue Eyes, how you doing? I don't know. I hate to waste food too. Let's see, in the Depression, they boiled leather shoes to make soup. Oh man, I bet that had a nice wang to it. Don't clean them first, just throw them right into the pot. Sweet and sour soup tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Excellent day. I don't like to, yeah, I'm going to get an OnlyFans going, but there's so many hours in a day. I wanted to jam as much work as I can into early March here as possible to get a little bit of a travel reserve here coming up. So I've pretty much accomplished that. But I'm in no rush to do things going forward. I think beef changes the color. Yeah, I think beef changes color a bit too. They died from lead cans the first expedition. They died from lead cans in the Civil War. They died from lead cans in the British Navy too. When canning was first came on the scene in the 1800s, yeah, they were sealing cans with lead and things and introducing lead poisoning. And yeah, some of the early cans they took on the expedition, and yeah, some of those people died from lead poisoning, unfortunately. You don't have to. I'm not going to get naked on the OnlyFans, but we'll have some fun. Justice for Callie. I hope you're okay. Chris told us about you getting death threats. This has to stop. Not funny. Do I take them seriously? No, but it is a concern out there, and I did express that to Chris. He's free to come to the. He's free to come out here to the rancho. I've not been in contact with him today, obviously, with everything that I've got going on. But you don't know what is what, and I had to take some steps to, at least get that registered up or whatever. I will be over here interacting with the chat. Hey, Cindy Lou Who. Please say a prayer for my mom, neck and back surgery. Dave, good luck to your mom and all prayers and good blessings. Good blessing. Now, I think Oda May is putting yeah, Shackleton brought all of his men home. That was an incredible journey. It was an amazing feat of reckoning and crossing open water and transporting boats on ice and over. I mean, it was brutal. No, it's just somebody had said they're going to wreak destruction on the rancho if Chris comes back to California. Woo, getting freaky. Listen, JK NoCal is having a baby. Okay, good luck. Hope you get your figure back, JK. No. JK's beautiful wife, Harmony, I think she's about due on the 24th or the 26th of March. Oda May has been organizing a little bit of a baby shower doodad with a few gifts and things there. JK NoCal's been a friend of mine for, oh gee, Boyd, at least 5 years. I've hung out with him 4 times in person, and he's a hell of a guy, as you know. He's got a heart of gold. If you feel inclined to hit that link that Oda May has, it'd be a nice way to give a little tribute on the baby registry there. So I'm excited. The first kid, his life is going to change a lot coming up. So I did, cute kitty kitty. I went through my freezer and I threw all that bullshit out. Okay. When I feel down and out, I watch Shackleton's Dark Journey. Yeah, it's an exciting time. People, Bobby, but I tend to err on the serious side and make sure that I get things, at least registered with the appropriate authorities when things like that come down. Getting back to Rosie. So yeah, there is the baby registry on there. Hey Jody, how you doing? I did post on. Wow, I was sitting there um, this afternoon. Check out my community post on. Wow, that about 10 years ago they had that terrible earthquake hit Japan, and I was mind blown by the video that I saw today of not just the earthquake in real time, which was gigantic, and the way it was rattling that office building is, and then they go outside and have the horror of looking down on a high bluff, and the whole town in Japan is just swept away in the tsunami. It's amazing to see whole buildings just floating away down streets, and it's a mind-blowing video. Hey Nasira, how are you? So make sure to check that out. Having an OnlyFans and doing taxes is so much work. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a person that's afraid of work. So yeah, there are things for every price range, no pressure. So yes, I did donate to the just cash so that they could Oder May or whomever could buy something on the registry. Safety first. So how you doing, Missy? Hope you're feeling a little better. I'll tell you, Madowix, you didn't see on TV like this thing. This poor slob was up in the office building on the third floor, and I mean, they were shaking. The copy machines were moving, and then he goes outside, and luckily they're on a high bluff of about 25 feet above the sea level, and all of a sudden that tsunami starts coming in, and it's almost surreal because it doesn't come in like some damn tidal wave. It just keeps raising the level up, and pretty soon, first you see cars, and then ships become torn loose from their moorings. Then entire buildings start to get picked up, and at the beginning of this thing, when you look down, there's an entire village there, and at the end of it, there's like 3 buildings standing, and the whole it's phenomenal. Uh, Robert Mack, that is a 1961 Motorola 21 tube vacuum tube stereo console, considered the finest ever made in America there. Yes, I finished that taxes. They have to be signed off on, and I just have to get Bobby's taxes and my own taxes and a couple other people's done. But by this point, I'm very familiar with the with the tax code at this point in time. If you have any PPE loans or anything, and you need help on that, just let me know. Let me know. I'm good. I'm good for that. So I'm good for that. We had what is that, a twister today, like 5 miles from your house. This is a dangerous time of year, right? When you're transitioning from winter to spring, I know our windiest month is March and October here when we're transitioning the seasons. And out where Missy lives, and through Missouri and Indiana and Arkansas and Texas and Oklahoma, yeah, when that cold air from Canada hits that warm air from the Gulf, man, it's like a zone of hell. Tsunami sneaking like how the blob crept in. I still have nightmares. I remember seeing that movie. But do check out that community post. Hit that link because, you know, some of the footage from that event was really shitty. Okay, but this guy had a decent camera and he really covered that from the time that the earthquake was striking his office building, and I mean the stuff was rocking and rolling until he got out on the street. And I mean, he did a very thorough job of showing just a total tsunami of destruction. I had people donate to which I brought their sin, but I changed it to make it no money to me on Amazon completely. Thank you, Oda May. It's better for you. It's better for you to do that. Hi, Brian. Severe weather here in Atlanta on Wednesday, so be careful. Yeah, Tornado Valley, and that. So if you want to help out a little bit with JK's and Harmony's baby shower, two very wonderful, very thoughtful people. I'm excited for them having a. I think they're having a boy, so it's exciting. I did put in 50, but this has been. I haven't said hello to everyone, but it's good to see you. It's good to see Oda May in the chat. Let's see. Darlene says, I live in Tornado Alley in Oklahoma. I'm glad you're safe. The blob did not frighten me as much as Alien when that creature. Yeah, shoo. Alien, Sigourney Weaver, a couple scenes in that movie just ruined sci-fi for me. Okay? It just ruined it. You know, when they're leaning down at the eggs and that thing just does the face plant. I'm like, okay. And then it plants the thing down, and then the guy's on the dining room table or whatever, and the thing comes out of his guts. I'm like, really? You know, really? Oh, what's up, Alan Gold? Maybe you can put the link in your about later. Yeah, yeah, and it'll be. I think Oda May will be dropping it over in the Discord, my Discord over there too. So my son's ship in the Navy had to fish bodies out of the water after tsunami. He had to have therapy. It's awful, man. I just Teresa. I don't know how this clip came up in my suggested um, uh, box because I don't usually watch disasters, and the thing's got 20 million views on it or something like that. But just to see what happened to this, just I mean, there's something really horrible about slow motion disaster, right? Really horrible to see that water rising. You don't know when it's all coming in at a 5 or 6 knots, and it's cars go first, and then boats start moving down the street. I mean, it's horrific to see the damage. This whole town was just entire buildings were just lifted up and taken down streets, and electric lines are going down. It was awful. Okay, Dave, good luck. Okay, my property got a direct hit list. I'm hoping lightning doesn't strike. Well, I hope not, Chef. Sunny Girl, Lambs and Ivy Jungle Safari, White Tan Plush Minky Elephant Baby Blanket arrives tomorrow. Oh, isn't that awesome? There you go, Sunny Girl. Awesome. JK No-Kill, a father. Good to see you, Sunny Girl. So anybody that helps out there, it is really appreciated. For that. I think the world of JK. He gets a little crazy sometimes, but I think fatherhood has a way of kind of clipping your wings a little bit there. So we shall see. Uh, let's see. VW says it was in my suggestions. Ended up binge watching several of the videos this morning. I'm just saying, VW. I don't know why they were putting it up. I guess for the 10-year anniversary, but that is the most. What I've linked in my community about my community post was the most awesomely destructive, video involving water that I've ever seen. I mean, and there was the Indonesia tsunami that was terrible. I think that was Christmas Day or Christmas Eve years ago. And this thing was You know it was going to be a bad one based on the way that these buildings were shaken, and this earthquake was terrible, terrible, terrible. You got lightning rods on the roof, so yeah, you can always pop over to the Discord too and join in there. I do. I have determined to get in there a couple times a day and get people more and more used to posting when it's offline. Let's see. EJ said the wind's blowing down here now in the South Bay area, and me, I forgot my kite. But how are you? Yeah. It was windy up here today and blustery, fast moving clouds. I'm going down to LA and the weather's supposed to be beautiful down there, close to 70 degrees. So it ain't bikini weather, but it's gonna be comfortable. Hey, how you doing, freak? And there's Teresa. Teresa, thank you for your kindness, honey. I appreciate that. Have you ever experienced when lightning hits one of those rods? My father and I did. It was so strange. Well, thank you, J.A. I'm a survivor. The ship almost went down today. the unsinkable, the unsinkable Rosie girl just keeps coming up. Oda May said, "J.K. never asked for anything. Just for the record, he doesn't come to me." This was Oda May, out of the kindness of her heart, Turn King. That one of my top friends in love, Harmony. She's a smart cookie, their first baby, exactly. And JK's top flight. I mean, he's a great friend. He's always had my back for a year in and year out, and he truly is OG Boyd as far back as I can remember in 2000, 2015. So, but the weird thing about tsunamis is that they really are mentally, a tornado comes and usually within a span of maybe, what, 5, 10 minutes at the most, it's either going to take you out of the game or it's going to pass you by. Hurricanes, they're more long lasting events, but they tend to have a tight eye, and there's, except for flooding and things like that, most people are going to be okay. But I can't imagine sitting there on high ground and just over a period of 25 minutes, just watching your whole town or your whole city just be, it's like the tide come, before it begins. There's all kinds of industry, shops, uh, big population of homes and businesses, and a half hour later, it's gone except for a few key very well built. I mean, how do you recover from something like that? It's terrible. Uh, you go over to the registry that she is posting here. You're the best vintage high end audio person I know. Please don't freeze. Okay. Well, thank you, vintage high end audio person. There's quite a few out there in the community to post a lot of videos. No, Oda May hasn't done anything. Yeah, I can't wait. Well, I'd be happy to see you, Oda May. Bring your bikini. We can lay outside and get some rays, whatever. So, oh boy, tsunami's coming slower and are thoroughly dead. Nothing survived. Nothing, Teresa. Nothing. Nothing. It's just mind blowing to me. When this thing came up, I thought, oh, okay, another disaster clip. I'll click on it because it makes me feel a little better in my situation. And by the end of that, I mean, I was like, whoa, I can't imagine seeing that on that. Well, Cheryl, just take it easy. We like to promote it where we can today. So, hey, Scottish, how you doing, sweetie? I think it's a nice act of kindness to do that. I like the huge wave at the end of the movie Point Break with Patrick Swayze. Hey, how you doing, Monkey Boy? I can remember going up to God, I can't remember the name on Oahu. There's a huge bay, not a huge bay, where they have like the 20, 25 foot waves that come in, a few days a year, and that you stand there and watch those knuckleheads that are doing surfing on that, and you're like, wow. And then you see the here in California, they have the big waves, the Maverick big wave competition, and they have looky loos standing on the cliff, and sometimes a rogue wave will come in and just take them off the cliff and take them out to sea. Water is very, 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 very powerful. I'll tell you, and it's to be feared. Hey, Jennifer. Luckily, up here in NorCal, because we're so far above, the cliffs or the sea's pretty far down below us. I think we're pretty much okay. Famous last words. Yeah, I think it's on the North Shore. I can't remember what the name of theirs. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it was all inspiring in Hawaii to stand there and just in person to look at the size of those waves, and then just not only does the surfer have balls, but also the guy that's doing the tow in on the ski, on the jet ski that's towing the surfer in out to pass the wave break and stuff. I mean, that takes a lot of guts too. Yeah, the big wave competitions are amazing. Welcome back, Nasira. So I laugh at surfers on the Gulf of Mexico and in South Florida. Oh, okay, yeah, something. Yeah, Waimea Bay. Thank you, Olivia. That's it, Waimea Bay, and it's mind blowing to stand there from a safe location and look at the waves that these people will ride. It's unbelievable out there, the courage that they have to, or the stupidity that they have to do that. Because if you one mismove and you go down, and it's the equivalent of falling, out of a two-story building or something and churning waves, and it's a I remember the cliff divers in Mexico and Acapulco down there. They used to feature that on the Wide World of Sports, and uh, all I could say is make sure you jump out before you don't just right. The thing was, you always had to get a good distance away from the cliff, right, before you started your downward journey. I don't know, another dangerous pursuit. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a boy. Boy, I'm feeling better. Let it go. Thank you. Hey Sharon, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. So, once again, if you haven't hit that community post, check it out. It'll be well worth your time to look at that clip that I linked up in there today. It's not a videographer's dream in the sense that you look forward to those days, but if you happen to have some event like that come down, and you can keep your wits about you and grab a camera and be steady and be focused on what you're doing, I'll tell you, you can get some amazing, incredible video of cataloging and chronicling just utter destruction like that. Yeah, they had sponge divers, I think up in Tarpon Springs, Tarpon Springs up there. That's where the Greeks are around Florida. They had a lot of sponge. I know the high school is called like the Spongers or something like that up there. So they have that tradition of that. Did you have any supper? Yeah, I ate a little something. I had a few crackers with peanut butter on them. Yeah. Do you think a person could live going over Niagara Falls? It's interesting should mention that Star Walker because um, the first person, and of course 5,000 people have died at Niagara Falls. 5,000, which is a huge number of people. Some people, it's a very effective way to commit suicide when you go over the side and you don't have any kind of protection at all. You're not going to be able to swim out of the tons of water that are pouring down on top of you. You're going to lose your wits about you, and you're not going to get out of that. Okay? You're not going to survive that. But it's interesting, I think in 1901, the first person that really went off over the falls in an organized way, purposely to try to see if you could go over the falls, was a woman. Okay, and she survived. Went over the side in a barrel, and they pulled her out of it. And she's like, "I don't think I'll be doing that again." Be doing that again. But a lot of people have died attempting it too. Okay, a lot of people have died. Uh, I know there's one famous photograph of a guy that, for some strange reason, he got on a jet ski and he just went full bore to the falls. And the people standing on the side are just like, hey, is this guy going to stop? And no, you can see him actually go airborne off of the jet ski and, plunge to his death down there. And there is that pull that people talk about of that view is so awesome, and that drop is almost 200 feet on there, that it does exert a pulling feeling on some people. Just like the Grand Canyon, there's people that'll hop over the protective fences and just lose their minds. They'll sit on the ledge of the overlook or something, and then they go to get up, and they're just drawn forward for some reason. They can't go backwards. So yeah, they did. Years ago, they diverted Niagara Falls, and they wanted to redo American Falls too, because it's really nothing to write home about. And they diverted Niagara Falls, the Canadian side. Yeah, they found a lot of stuff down there, bones and bodies and things like that. So yeah, if you want to email me, there's my email address. So they've walked tight ropes. A woman walked across several times on a tightrope there, and to really up the ante, she she had her hands bound together, and she was blindfolded and went across, yeah, across the falls. I mean, wow. Okay. I mean, people do some crazy stuff. I believe that the Canadian side is now, since 1995, I believe that they've prohibited people from attempting to go over Niagara Falls. So, oh, there you go, Oda May. Woo! I'll give you a Tommy Tuck, Rosie style on there. Beauty is dangerous, and especially all awesome beauty. Awesome beauty. And I don't know what people do at the Grand Canyon. It's puzzling. They've had psychologists out there that study it. It does affect the human mind. It does affect the human mind for sure. So, oh, well, thank you, Star Walker. I appreciate that very much. If you survive crazy stuff like that, your body's never. People who've lived after jumping off, their bodies are pretty mangled, sad. I mean, I don't know. There was one strange case at Niagara Falls where, I mean, imagine you're standing at the railing, and all of a sudden here comes somebody floating by. You know what, brother? They're going over the falls because that current's moving. They ain't swimming out of that, right? And they're standing there to watch this one guy just waves to the crowd, goes over the side, right? And the Canadian authorities, okay, call out the search party, and they find the guy a couple hundred yards downstream just sitting on a rock. I mean, it's just weird. It's just the luck of the draw. What the hell is going to happen to you? Another guy went over the falls in his sealed thing, and unfortunately, by the time they got to him, he had suffocated. He went over with his pet turtle. The turtle lived, but the guy died. Some same stuff. Yeah, don't look down. Yeah, don't look down. I don't know what it is. There's just something that draws. Yeah, they trauma. They you can seriously affect people when you see catastrophes and things. I mean, imagine being on the Golden Gate Bridge at the time, sadly, when somebody chooses to end it, and you happen to be there at that time. I mean, you know, that's trauma. That's trauma to see something like that. That really is traumatizing. Yeah, Walenda's crossed the falls, but the Walenda's, I think I don't know where he went. Maybe the old man was, the oldest Walenda was crossing between the twin towers of the World Trade Centers. And I think a gust of wind came up, and these guys would never use safety nets or harness lines and things, and he just plunged to his death. But he was doing exactly what he wanted to do. Yeah, Mother Nature hypnotizes. I think seeing a person going off the side would be so real, our minds can't accept what we see. Now, hey Thomas Jordan, how you doing? Monkey Boy told me a story, and I don't know, I can't remember whether he saw this. How you doing, Mark Dodge? Or whether he watched a video clip. There was some kid that jumped out at the Grand Canyon, and there was like a chasm of a couple feet wide between one big rock and the side of the canyon, and this kid just fell forward and kind of put his hands on the rock out there and just kind of froze there. And unfortunately, he didn't really freeze there. I guess he panicked. He didn't have the strength to push himself back up to vertical. And for some reason, I don't know what he did, but he plunged down to his death too. They have people do kooky stuff with selfies and things. They get up to the edge and they keep backing up to adjust the frame of the uh, video or the picture that they're going to take, and they go off the back. There was another guy that evidently people pitch money off the side, and this guy would go down, every month or so and collect money. And he went down with his girl his daughter one time, and she was used to him playing hijinks and pretending that he fell and stuff. Well, he actually did fall one time and plunged to his death. So China has places that plexiglass bridge, people freaking out, walking over it. You can't look down. I put the Huashan. Where in the hell? I want to see if I can open this other browser because I've posted this. This is something that I actually went on in China. Let me see if I can see this thing. Just bear with me a second. Let's see. Huashan Mountain Plank Walk. Yeah, they call that. Let me see if I can call that thing up here. Yeah, here, I think this guy's got 1.1 million views. This is something that I did when I was in China. I don't know how, it just shows you how stupid I am. They have the Huashan Mountains there. Check out this video if you want to find something that's dangerous. And they tell you, the Chinese, if you get in trouble up there, we're not coming to get you. You're on your own. All right, we're not sending out. And, if you want to pay for it and your family wants to pay for it, okay. But otherwise, we're not sending people out there to get your ass off the side of that mountain. They have these old rickety planks that are, I don't know, they must have drilled bars in the side to support them, and it's got a chain on the, it's the craziest ass thing. How you doing, Fourscore? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm not going to go. I know how hypnotizing it can be. Yeah, exactly. Monkey Boy says, yeah, the kid wanted to jump or climb to the rock over the fence. He got stuck, couldn't go forward or backward. Then he fell. Not good. Yeah. Washington, when he got to the summit. Yeah, didn't Mount Washington in New Hampshire have the like 212-mile-an-hour wind speed, like the highest speed recorded on Earth or something like that up there? So, hey, Goldie Con. I don't do heights since rappelling, though. I had a family that were aerialists, not my bag. Well, I know. What did you think of that? Click that link, guys. That'll give you vertigo. I don't even know how I went out on that thing. I probably had a few drinks under my belt that day and didn't think much about it. Hey, Dateline. Miss the beginning. Never ever want to do that. Exactly. And they don't really care. They're not going to upgrade it. They're not going to make it tourist safe. If you want to go out there, you're on your own on this. That's the way it is in China. There ain't no lawyers to call. There's no waivers to sign. You go out there and you are on your own. You can sit there for 24 hours while your friends try to talk you off the side, but ain't nobody coming to grab you up there. That's insane. So that I think in China, in my experience, was the absolute most dangerous thing that I saw because some of the bars that are in the side of the mountain are kind of rickety and some of the boards are a little rotten along there. Like I say, it's a, it's a hell of an experience to go out there. It's kind of funny. Those blow up fun houses go airborne. Yeah, the wind is brutal on Mount Washington. That boy, when he dangled a foot on the side. Homeless camps under the overpass. Oh wow! No, I haven't. I haven't gone down to San Diego in a while to see that. JK's working his butt off. So yeah, he's been doing good. Just unclipped the things. People were crazy. People were crazy, and people die on that thing. And it's like you're not going to sue anybody. Are there lawyers in China? Yes. Do they take on those kind of cases? No. It's like do at your own risk when you go up on that bastard. And they're not doing anything to improve it or make it a tourist attraction and stuff like that. It's just there. It is just there. I've heard that that is a culture that they do. It's getting more modern over there than here. Of course it is. Go to Shanghai. It's the most modern city in the world. It's mind blowing how technologically advanced the city is, and communications and transportation and wealth and things like that is phenomenal. So I stood in the glass box at the top of the Sears Tower. That's enough for me. Charlie Brown, don't you get like a feeling down below when you? I think guys, I could be wrong because I used to be one, but don't you get that kind of when you look down there, Arzania, we miss you. Would love to. Oh, that would be awesome, Garrett. I may actually take a place when I get back from a beeline trip to the East Coast. I may actually try to get a place lined up for San Diego for a few months. So that would be awesome. So the trains and Wi-Fi, all of that. Hey, Jennifer P. Um, when I was about 14, my cousin was to go to parachute jump at Coney. That was the last high ride I ever wanted to go into my life. Uh, I could, yeah, they're not going to say why I did it. Out at Hoover Dam, you guys know I didn't handle Hoover Dam too well. Again, there's that huge differential in up here and down there, and it plays tricks with your mind. And I don't care how high the wall is. I just I get the feeling like the wall's going to give way at any time, and here I go face first down the side. Now, I remember a story that my father relayed to me when he was growing up in Baltimore. That around his neighborhood were some apartment houses, and in those days, the apartment houses had slate. Slate was very popular. It was a little cheaper back then. Slate for roofing. They would use pieces of slate because it held up well to the weather. And to keep snow from falling off, they had snow hooks on top that would go underneath of they would slide underneath of the slate tiles on the roof. And I think this was about a 15-story building, and his friends from school, I think they were in high school one time, and they were goofing around in winter time, and it was icy and snowy. And they were daring each other to walk along the top of not on the roof, but the lip of the roof there. And my father said he slipped off the side. And he said the only thing that stopped him was the snow hooks got caught between his hands, or he would have gone off the side of that building. I think that made a hell of an impression on him, because slate, when it gets ice on it, it's slippery as hell. So scared of heights and bridges. Bridges don't really bother me, because all I have to, thank you, EJ, all I have to think about is that the lane width on bridges is exactly the same as the lane width everywhere else. Okay, and I've never had a problem, whether it's the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge between Oakland and San Francisco. What I had a problem was at Hoover Dam, and what freaked me out was when Monkey Boy's telling me they've got that high bridge that bypasses the dam now for truck traffic, and that's like another 200 feet above Hoover Dam, and you can walk out on that thing. And Monkey Boy's telling me, yeah, Army Rangers would go there, they would land there, and they would fast rappel down the side of that bridge. And I'm thinking, my God, you know, and Navy SEALs and all that coming over the side. You couldn't pay me to walk up there, because the distance, you know, it's like 400 feet down. Or I can't do it. I cannot physically do it. I know I would get out there and somebody would have to come out and get me. Some type of rescue squad or something like that would have to come and get me, because I can't do that. The bridges that cross the Mississippi look like they were made from erector sets. Yeah, I could do the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel. That's not really an issue to me. I can do the bridge to Key West because the lanes are same width, but my concern about that is oncoming traffic, and you know, the 2-lane road going down there. That's pretty dicey. I rappelled once during summer camp. Yeah, there you go, double shot. Didn't try doing that. Yeah, and if you're not getting notifications, here's what you want to do. And let me repeat this again, because I have a few people that say they don't get notifications when I'm going live. If you have, like I have, a cell phone, a tablet, a laptop, and a desktop unit, sometimes on my phone, I'll click, you know, at nighttime or whatever, turn off notifications, things like that, or my tablet, turn off notifications. Otherwise, you know, I have hundreds of people I'm sub to, and Bing, it comes up all day, the things that are going up. So the tendency is to turn off the notifications. But here's the deal. Let's say you have 4 devices. If you turn off the notifications on any one of those devices, just one of them, it will turn off the notifications across all devices, okay? All right, so make sure that YouTube notifications are permitted in your device. Number 2, unsub the channel, resub the channel, they have a choice of what you can do for notifications, and just click all uploads or all activity on this channel. Give that a try, okay? Knowing the bridge, buses and the fog was thick. Yeah, Delaware Bridge, the tunnel from Detroit to was scary, coming through cracks. Yeah, friend dared me, I had to do it. There you go, double shot. I actually find you, a lot of people find me very attractive, Al. I got my mom set up notification, makes it so easy. Oh, isn't that awesome? I love that. So give that a try. Yeah, Reese has been, Scottish has been working very hard. Reese is a wonderful pal of mine, and love you. That may be what happened to me when I switched phones. It happens. Just go to your notifications section on your phone or whatever, and go down and make sure you enable YouTube, okay? And you should be good to go. All right. Yeah, my mom likes following Rosie too. Yeah, the ship almost went down today, didn't it? There's Shimei, gets all notifications. You're usually the first one in Shimei, and Shimei's usually within shouting distance of Discord too, which is very nice over there. So Bridges have never been a problem for me driving over uh, bridges, but walking across the Golden Gate Bridge and kind of looking over the side. I mean, it's right. I mean, the guys out there, don't you get that kind of scrunchy feeling when you're looking over the side? I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, the 7 miles. Yes, Shimei is a ninja, and I was really flattered last night that she thought enough about me and my confidentiality. She sent a picture of her and her mom, and just two beautiful ladies, and I just the greatest smiles, and they actually looked like sisters. It was amazing. They just happy and just just I'm so happy to see pictures of that. It is so nice. Yeah, I'm gonna vomit. Someone hold my bald spot. Well, there you go, Al. I think Al is just Al's on a long troll here on the channel, but that's okay. Good to see you, Scottish. And we got the Goldie Con in the chat tonight. And Tammy, how are you tonight? If I missed anybody, good to see you. We're almost to 100 thumbs. If we could get there, that would be great. I am off to LA early tomorrow. I've already gone over a lot of the itinerary. I haven't rechecked the weather again. But Cab TV and I'll have a good time. Maybe we'll meet a couple other people. I think we'll meet Tino down there and hang out. Maybe we'll see Jess and Smash again. I'm not sure who's going to be around, but you know what we're going to do. Hey, Mobile Mechanic, you took a little break to handle some personal stuff. All right, well, good to see you back again. So, yeah, that'll make a good AT&T commercial, right? How about reach out and touch someone, right? Sunny tomorrow in LA. I think we're going to have good weather. And once again, JK NoCal and the beautiful Harmony are having a baby. JK NoCal has been a moderator, a longtime friend of mine, and a longtime friend to many of you, a fixture in the chats and other things. Oda May's posting a link to the Amazon if you want to pick up a little something for the registry. For something on the order of a YouTube baby shower organized by Oda. Just hit that, look it over, and if you want to do something nice, that would be great. I'm jealous of your fireplace. It's so windy in San Diego right now. It was pretty windy here today, and I don't do well with wind. Oh, okay, monkey boy. Yeah, we'll figure out if you got. I'm going to be down in the LA proper area. So yeah, just buzz me. Just commenting on what someone said about you, baby. You are indeed. Oh, well, thank you. I think I got. I think from my dad's side. So the link will be in the video. Yeah, it'll be on Discord too. Okay, so check that out for them. So. Well, thank you. So we will be, yeah, congratulations to JK. Your mom got scammed 35,000 out of what? How did she get scammed $35,000? I don't know. A key place called the Square Grouper with the 420 line. I always thought they have a place that called the Candlelight Lounge. It's like a clothing optional club on the second floor of some building on Duval Street. I thought I'd check that out sometime. Sorry to hear. Was it Kev TV's birthday? I did not hear that. Oh, we have the fireplace downstairs. This is a dimplex. It's just I looked long and hard when I renovated the Rancho. I didn't want to. You're not allowed to put. I guess I could have put a gas unit in, but I would have had the venting and issues of that and gas lines. So I wanted something that would produce electric heat or just run visually or both, but had a natural look to it instead of some funky looking weird thing. So I ended up getting the Dimplex. I think it's a Canadian made unit. So I love to hear that. Thank you. We're over the top on the thumbs. I'd like to go out early because I like to beat the traffic around Oakland and the traffic going to San Francisco. So I try to be on the road at 5 a.m., which usually puts me down around Bakersfield about 10 a.m. in the morning, sometime between 10 and 11, and I get something to eat down there. And then I just have to go over up the Grapevine and over the hill, and I'm down into the LA Valley down there. So it's pretty much of a straight shot. It's, I want to say 400, 350, 400 miles compared to Las Vegas, which was 610 miles to get there. Yeah, I've been behaving very well, Oda May. Yep, how you doing, Susie? Did you see the video of OG Geezer getting stabbed only in the leg? He's fine. No, I didn't see that, Cheryl. I didn't see that. Wow, it's getting dangerous out there, guys. You know, it's not like it ain't like it used to be chooch in the streets. Okay, it's I could tell I'm very sensitive to change, very sensitive of any to any type of change. And I can tell you that the risk factor on live streaming on urban streets has gone up dramatically. So I've taken note of that. Thank you, Sharon. I'm usually over the Altamont Pass by about 6 a.m. and I get the sun coming up over there. Sometimes I do a little cinematic feature, but it's once you're on I-5, it's just a straight shot down uh, over the mountains and right down into the LA basin right there. So thank you, Riza. Good to see you tonight. Oh, he sort of deserved it. He was making racial slurs. God, this is 2021, right? There's, I don't know. I'm not going to go down that road tonight. So, yeah, I need a bodyguard watching me, right? I'm psychic. Yeah, I can tell when things have changed. I'm very sensitive to change. It's what they call my delta is very small, right? I notice incremental changes and things like that. The other thing, last thing I want to talk about tonight is YouTube. And I'm just going to sort of put the warning bell out there again on YouTube. Um, I don't think a lot of people, if you're not a content creator, it's not going to particularly apply to you. Okay, what I'm about to say. You're here as a non-content creator because you enjoy hanging with people, you enjoy the chats, you enjoy my channel, you enjoy other channels here on YouTube. And I think that's the way 90% of the people take YouTube is a great place to have some yuck, some fun, see knuckleheads like me do stupid stuff like eating expired food and having to deal with the consequences of that. But for the 10% that are putting up content, I wonder how many of them avidly read on their creator studio page the stuff that's posted from YouTube. And I particularly remember last December, the last letter, and of course we're in the middle of a pandemic and the shit's hitting the fan at that time, so I don't think a lot of people read it. But the changes that were coming for 2021 and reading between the lines because YouTube loves gray area. They love wiggle room. They rarely put things in black and white. But they did put this in black and white. And they did say that their number one goal for 2021 will be to clean up things like live streams and live events. That being the case, because I like a lot of people that do live streams here and I enjoy them. But first, YouTube cleaned up video content creators. I took down tons and tons of videos to be compliant with YouTube. It's just the changing nature of YouTube. Now they're turning their attention to live streams. And it's been a fact of life in 2021, especially February going into March. The channels are dropping like flies right now. And they're channels that do live streams. Okay. And if you have a live stream, you're responsible for the content of that live stream, whether it's you, whether it's people on the panel, or whether it's people on the side chat. It's all your responsibility. We've seen that lately, comment removed by Google moderator. That's showing up more and more. And I'm telling you this, you can forget about the three strike system on YouTube when it comes to community guidelines and stuff like that, because I'm seeing people get taken out for one violation. They're not getting a strike. YouTube is just wholesale terminating their channel. Okay, so let that be a warning to people that you have to really understand what the shifting sands of YouTube are right now in the place. So, all right, Monkey Boy is getting back to work. So yeah, BitChute monetized, but BitChute will never be anything compared to YouTube. It'll be just a 10th rate platform on here. It's never going to be. Let's see. So pass that along. Take that seriously. Anderson Henderson had his channel removed, and I've enjoyed his content. That was kind of sad to me, and that was just one strike and you're gone situation. I think Camillo's had his channel terminated, and a couple other people. So it's what's going on. I have four Oriole pieces of apparel. Yes, I grew up in Baltimore, so the Orioles. I like to buy the official stuff too. I don't like to buy the knockoff stuff. So I have the official Majestic jersey and things like that. Nasira said they permanently deleted my channel. No strikes. I almost couldn't appeal it had I not seen it earlier. Don't know what made them give it back. Sometimes they make a mistake. I don't know. So yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, it's content. It's what people watch. And I've supported BitChute don't practice censorship. Well, if that's what floats your boat, Star Walker, and that's what you want to see, the rough and tumble and the rawness of just quote free speech mixed with hatred, and then go for it, enjoy it. I can tell you in my life, it's nothing that I'll seek out to go see. There's come something called moderating yourself and what you're viewing and what you're seeing. Okay, and I just don't believe that's a place that I would ever be interested in going to. They have a common thread, yeah. How you doing, Angus? What's going on? So you have a good night, Monkey Boy. Daily Motion's platform looks like something from Windows 90s. I was on Daily Motion for, I don't know, 3 months. And funny thing was, it was actually pretty good for a while. They were actually seemed to be paying higher than YouTube did, but then the whole platform kind of went to crap. So I don't know. But now I think YouTube's getting very good at identifying ISPs. They're pulling all this. They're pulling the whole thing together now into a net that, if you're starting up channels again after being terminated, you want to get them monetized. AdSense is now becoming a tripwire for that. The age of computers has been here for a long time, and the ability to tie it all together. It's like the IRS, right? I mean, they're pretty damn good at finding if you didn't report income and stuff like that. They're pretty good at tracking you down and figuring that out. Yeah, you were too sexy for the live stream. That's right. You have a choice not to watch it, and that's a choice I exercise all the time, Star Walker. That's a choice I exercise all the time. Good night, Amanda. Thanks for popping by. They're definitely paying better attention. They're paying much more attention. And I've seen it. But I paid heed to what was coming out of YouTube on those creator studio letters from the chief executive and things like that. Um, and what has amazed me though is that there's zero tolerance. There's a guy I follow, Augie, on here that does live stream commentator on other channels, and he was talking today that he got a strike just for commenting on a channel on um, Instagram. A guy did a video about how he wasn't going to mask up, which I think is foolish or whatever, but that's a personal choice now in some areas because I believe COVID is real and it's dangerous and you should protect yourself accordingly on that. But just on commenting on that, he got a strike on that. So it's crazy time. Yeah, live streams got way too hot. Still crappy algorithms. Oh, open that link on your other tab so you can see it. Okay, let me hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, babe. Let me grab this 6,000 character link here. Let me copy that. I'm gonna go under the, let me edit this and throw this down in the description box down here. Da-da-da-do-do. Yeah, don't post that link too often in there. I'm gonna put it in the description box. All right, we'll call that JK and Harmony gift registry link. There it is, and I'm sure you'll throw it into the Discord too. Come on. Let's put that in there, space that. Paste that. Okay, so that is now saved on there. Okay, all right, so that's been added. I'm gonna go back to the video here. All right, I've now added that in. So yeah, don't put that link in too often, or YouTube has a fit on that. So okay, so all right, I've got that link now added to the description box. Okay, yeah, post it once in a while. I think you can put a rolling link in there that'll stay up in there. I'm not really sure on that. So I think everybody has to be aware of the YouTube is getting much more stringent now about terms and conditions, and they're also instituting ISP bans. Yeah. So, and it's happened to Anderson. They closed off all Google products to them, which was pretty wild, pretty wild. So, let's see. Hey, how you doing, CJ? Good to see you. I'm doing good off the wrench. Thank you. Good to see you. Yeah, so if it'll be posted in my Discord too, if you want to do that. It's in the description box here on the video. So good to see you, CJ. I swear we'll get caught up one of these days. I don't know what we're gonna do. Finish my hair coloring process. Looks good. That's a nice birthday present to yourself. What turns you on? I don't know, Al. What turns you on? They're doing some things that are not good though. It's not our platform, Otame. That's the problem. And Otame, I'm going to ask you to stop posting that link now and just refer people to the description box here, because I'm liable to be hit with a spamming here. So, okay. All right, thanks. That's what happened when you film yourself fighting with police and acting crazy. Well, the SGV does that too. Confrontations, First Amendment auditors, and I almost had a First Amendment audit situation last week on the streets of Santa Rosa, right when the Cop told me to turn the camera off or whatever. I'm not turning the camera off when I'm on a public street and I'm across the street and in no way interfering with the police duties. No way. I'll never forget. Yeah, Oda May. YouTube is very sensitive about posting repetitive links in here. So let's see. This here said, "I'll never forget how my belly dropped," but I will hit that every chat I have. All you have to do is just remind me. I'll never forget how my belly dropped when my channel was deleted. I'll be on my best behavior. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, I know CJ wants to cover a lot of ground with me, and it's probably been a month or so since I have been on. Had a lady not like her boobs. I have no idea what new drama is going on. I'm behind tonight. Nothing. I was just talking about how stringent YouTube is becoming. You know, Augie RSN, CJ Real Stream News. He picked up a community strike today for just commenting on a guy um, that had posted some material that YouTube found. Uh, just immediately dished him out a strike, just commenting on it, not even playing it. So it's tight times right now. Yeah, Anderson got booted. Yeah, how you doing, Mayhem? Yeah, I've got Oda May's my rogue mod tonight. Yeah, she's definitely my rogue mod. Yeah, his channel was terminated. Um, I'm not going to get into particulars of that. You can look it up and just put his name in the search box today, and you'll find plenty of reasons. Al, I don't know who you're talking to. Telling somebody to shut up. God, man, take over the chat. Why don't you? Good night, Glenda. Yeah, I'm not. I will. I'm gonna get a. I'm gonna get a good rest tonight. So yeah, I'm. It's. You know, I kind of agree. I don't know about Cheryl. I mean, one person's trash is another person's entertainment on YouTube, and they always risk, causing problems and hurting the platform. With his name, he mentioned he's waiting for approval. I don't know, Mark Dodge. No comment, my friend. No comment at all on that. People are gonna do what they're gonna do. They aren't liked by YouTube. What do you mean? It's hard to say, RSN, if they like you or not. I've always been of the opinion that YouTube started the concept of Google Hangouts and then they transitioned to YouTube. In other words, when I first came in 2013, my friends Nicole, Missy Jen, Francis, and a few others, we would go on Google Hangout, but when the Hangout was over, it just disappeared. Then around late 2014, 2015, they started automatically being put up as watchable content on YouTube. This was a first. Okay, and they wanted to compete with that. They had the Google Plus for a while, which they hoped would be a rival to Facebook. That never panned out. They killed that. That just became a place where people were just posting porn. It was just crazy. It was like the Wild West over there. Then the live streams became popular, but the live streams become very long. And YouTube is required to save them, at least internally, for a period of years. And it starts to become a storage issue. Okay. So I believe that they made the internal issue. They did a couple things to modify the cost of all the storing these live streams, which don't tend to be short. The first thing that I believe that they did is they don't promote the live streams. Okay, you won't find in recommended lists, and then if you go explore and things, you're not going to find live streams. Number two, the problem with live streams is that the information becomes dated over time, especially if it's drama. nobody's going to watch in 2 months or whatever. Nobody's going to go back and watch the Lisa Rich Life drama anymore. It'll be stale cheese at that point. So it has no shelf life for promotion on YouTube. Why? Because people that watch that fresh have no context to understand the stream. Okay, so it's just like they don't watch it because it doesn't hit them the right way. Now, because live streams also became popular, YouTube had to find a way to defray the cost of storage. This is why I believe that they instituted the super chat thing as a way that they could get 30% of the monies that people contributed towards running a channel. And that 30% would help defray the cost of keeping live streams and things like that. I really do truly believe that that is at the heart of their organizational efforts. Then things have gotten a little wild, okay? And then I think in YouTube's mind, it's gotten a little out of hand. And YouTube realizes these are the places, these are the breeding grounds of swattings and calling CPS and APS, Adult Protective Services, and things like that. And it's probably become somewhat of a pain in the ass to them. And that's why I think that they're bringing the hammer down a little bit on this right now. Uh, I don't know what you're talking about, Al, but thank you. I appreciate that. So drama has a very short shelf life. So stop talking to folks who have exclusive chats too. I don't know. I got my vaccine and I'm going to continue wearing my mask, Al. It's personal choice. How you doing, Binsk? I don't remember sticking out there, no. But I know what YouTube. I think I have a pretty good idea of what their game plan is going forward because I would think, just thinking about things, if you had 1,000 videos and you had 1,000 live streams, I would say that the ratio of being flagged on those 1,000 videos would probably be one flag on videos to probably 1,000 flags on live streams, right? Because people are always, there's people being porn bombed that are getting on panel and just rolling, and the people already have the long form already filled out and ready to punch it so that YouTube can immediately check it out, right? There's no waiting a day or two to check it out. Oh, the members only. Sticking with a website that was just live strats with change strangers. God damn. Jeez. I'm wearing mine out of respect too, and to just to go with the flow because I don't really know what the hell else is creeping around out there. And wearing a mask has served me well over the last year or so, and it's almost become second nature. Yeah, Al is weirding out a little tonight, isn't he? What's uploaded to YouTube in 5 minutes would take you 5 years. Exactly, Starwalker. Exactly. Hey, J Love, how you doing tonight? Good to see you, sweetie. These are just my own thoughts on some of these issues today, because I have been around a long time, deeply involved in all these points of video content creating as well as live streaming in its infancy here on the YouTube platform. And I've seen the change. I've seen the hammer coming down, and I've seen the tolerance just go down and down and down and down and down. But YouTube will start limiting live streams. Some people leave the stream going for 12 hours. Whether they're sleeping at a rest stop, they have to store it. Exactly. Yeah, masks are no big deal, right? And you have to store those streams just like you have to store videos. And like I said, beyond the Diane St. Jude situation, has been hot news. That's already cooling off. And in 6 months from now, nobody will be watching that. There won't be anybody going back to those live streams unless they're trying to go back and mine them for something for a new live stream. So it's a dead fish for YouTube, but they still have to store it and take care of it. But if I put up, uh, some content about how to fix something, build something, vintage audio restoration, that YouTube will promote the hell out of that stuff, and that has a very, very, very long shelf life on there. Thank you, J Love. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. If you don't see me with the mask, it's because I left it and did that. I haven't made that. I always have my mask. Always have my mask with me. Always. Sorry. Sorry about that, Cobra John. You got hit by friendly fire, but you're you're okay. Scottish is a little out of practice in here. So I'm feeling a lot better. I'm looking forward to the trip tomorrow, but I would just take that under advisement about what's happening. And now a lot of people don't care. They'll come on and do their thing on YouTube. They don't care if they come or go. There's a lot of people like that. They can always find a way to come back, but I mean, if you're serious about your content and you're serious about trying to build something worthwhile on here, it's something really to consider on here. So I don't know what the future is going to hold. Let's put Al in a timeout so that he can. Yeah, there we go. Al, take 5 just to cool your jets over there, okay? My dog wearing a mask too. Yeah, so I'm going to continue wearing a mask just for. This is still a hot spot. So you got food poisoning. I'm glad I think it's either this way. Here's the way it breaks down, J Love. 40% chance I had an intestinal short bout with some intestinal virus or something like that, one of those short stomach viruses or something like that. But probably the greater chance, 50%, is that something I ate. And I don't think it was the sushi. I think it was the old food from the freezer, probably somewhat spoiled. So I'm speechless. Go wild out somewhere else. I mean, we don't ever put two people in time out here, so Al just earned himself a rare distinction, and we don't boot anybody or put anybody in time out. So, Al, you've earned your wings tonight, man. You've earned your wings tonight. Yeah, I think it was the food. It was the food. Hey, Ro, how you doing tonight? You know, so expired Dollar Tree hot dogs. They were like Farmer John brand 2013 vintage. Uh, who knows? Who figures hot dogs ever go bad, right? The hell, they got enough nitrates in them to make a chemistry set, right? The boss, people need to get punched coughing on others during the pandemic. Do people still do that, Carla? I remember back in March and April, the first wave was scary, although the second wave was more devastating. Through fall and into December was really getting bad, really bad. But that first wave was scary. And I remember going into a store and thinking to myself, God, I hope I don't cough. Because people were freaking out when somebody around them was coughing or something like that. Wow, they were almost going into meltdown mode. That was pretty scary. Salmonella, no bueno. You're exactly correct. So, I'm pro. Go to the corner and think about their actions. So that worried me. Hey, North Shore Towing. And North Shore Towing is the first person in the community that I was aware of, besides probably D-Dub, that picked up COVID and had a rough ride with COVID-19. I believe that was March of last year. So I think he was one of the early people. It was right before lockdown. People were coughing on us. Gee, unless it was an apocalypse, I wouldn't ever eat hot dogs from. Well, J Love, if you don't know me by now, ooh, you never, 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 ooh. I do some crazy stuff to save a buck, that's for sure. Yeah, it's good to see North Show. One of the animals could have had parasites. You ate it afterwards, and like, who knows how many alterations? Who knows what the hell happened down there under freezing? Yeah, do you need a damn Kleenex? Yeah. They said passing gas is more infectious than sneezing. Try being a 40-year smoker. Cringe. St. Patrick's Day. Yes, Tammy. It's been a year so fast, hasn't it? Now, North Shore towing manager had a rough ride. Not an easy passage. I mean, North Shore was sick to the point where I worried about if, you know, if I hate to say it, if North Shore was going to make it. You know, it was my first situation. Yeah, sodium nitrates and nitrates, good preservatives. That's it. Exactly. In New York, they expect to have the vaccine open to everyone by May 1st. That's awesome. Fluke worms. The waiting was hard, then it hit. Now it's mass vaccination rollout. Yeah, it was like 5 minutes ago. You were live in Vegas watching the close down. So that would put it, it's March, they killed St. Patrick's Day, right? March 16th of 2020 is when people were told they had to check out of their hotels. And I believe on St. Patrick's Day on the 17th, I was back on the road back to the rancho. So yeah, we're coming up to about 1 year on this whole damn thing. So yeah, it was a bad, E-Will, everything from the rooter to the tutor goes into the hot dogs, right? I mean, imagine if you saw, well, I mean, there's good ones too, Hebrew National and something, but imagine if what you saw going down the conveyor belt to be ball sack and nuts and everything else going. You'd never eat a hot dog again in your life, you know. That's why they don't give tours of processing plants and things like that. I had no idea cutting farts was bad either. I had no idea. I'm not going to dress up this year. They showed people in Florida shoulder to shoulder partying. It was also a year ago, Mark Dodge, that we had the super spreader spring event out of spring break in Florida and Texas and all that. So, yeah, you were supposed to fly to Vegas March 17th. We had to leave Vegas. And uh, I'm quite sure D had COVID from being a Grubhub and DoorDash deliveries and things like that. Uh, because at that time, people weren't getting DoorDash because of the pandemic. They were probably getting DoorDash because they're sick. Okay. And somebody probably breathed on him or something like that. And he was very defiant about mask. I'm not wearing a mask and all that. And then I had a little bit of a rumbly gut for a day, and then it passed for me. Yeah, the second year they crapped out on parade and cheap dress up in all green, do green makeup and draw shamrocks. Awesome. Well, thank you, Off the Ranch. That's sweet of you. If you saw Kill Floor at Weber's, you would become a vegetarian instantly. Yeah, you'll eat anything when you're hungry. The other thing is, Italy is now going into a full lockdown coming up. So I find it kind of ironic. We are ahead in vaccinations, but not that by that much. But I find it ironic that Italy and Iran led the first wave. Italy, they were fretting whether they canceled the Milan Fashion Week in 2020 and they shit canned all that. Venice tourism dropped off to nothing. Iran, the first image of the whole pandemic that really caught my eye and made me think something that really, really big is going on here was that satellite image taken from way up in space showing the mass graves that were being dug in Iran. And I find it kind of ironic now that they're now going into lockdown when we're starting to celebrate and kick up our heels here that the pandemic is over. Well, I want to tell you, in my opinion, the vaccine is good, but remember this: something is better than nothing. Okay, unless it's the AstraZeneca, which has got some problems. But 95% of the world is unvaccinated, right? And shit keeps mutating constantly in viruses. So I'm not sure. It's not clear to me that somewhere along these hundreds of daily mutations that some wicked mutation isn't going to come out and kick everything in the ass. So I'm holding fire on that. I couldn't disclose. Everyone would know soon enough. Covering Britain, South Africa. There'll be other variants that appear. So order Easter candies on for those not have them shipped directly. There you go. If you, when you got back, did they want to test you? No, they didn't want to test me for cornholio. No. It shook me, Jennifer. It shook me. It definitely shook me. Nasir says I've been living in quarantine this whole time. I was already homeschooling before the lockdown. Okay. Yeah, smoked the vaccination. I survived it. They have mass grave in New York they normally use for the homeless and unclaimed. Isn't that out on Hard Island in New York? Something like that. Nasir says I've always thought people were gross. That's a visual fireplace with two settings on it, J Love. One setting is just for show, which I have it on now. If you flip the switch to the right, you can get heat and you can adjust the thermostat on the heat. It has a blower with heating strips in the back that'll heat up, and the blower pushes the heat into the room. So, but I rarely use that. Tammy said I'm not doing the vaccine. It's been tested on animals. Tammy, that's certainly within your right, honey, to exercise that. How long do we have to live in fear? Gun mod, I would say 3 years would be my opinion. That this thing, one way or another, will run its course in about 3 years or so. Harold Balder is in Zanzibar. It's wide open, no mask. Yeah. Well, he gets around. I respect Tammy too. It's a totally personal decision, and Tammy's a great pal of mine, so I respect that decision. Am I glad I got it done? What happens if you normally cannot take? Do you have to then wear a mask? I don't know. No, Patricia. Like I say, I think this. We can look at the pandemic of 1917 to 1919, and ran about 2.5 years, right? Even as late as 2019, June of 2019, when President Woodrow Wilson went to Versailles to sign the armistice and hammer out the armistice agreement with Germany, he got sick as a dog with influenza to the point that he was coughing so bad that they thought he was going to pass away. He had to excuse himself from the conference. And they think that he probably had a mini stroke from coughing so hard, because when he came back to the conference, instead of fighting tooth and nail for Wilson's 14 points or whatever, he caved in left and right at that point. Then he came back home to sell the League of Nations and went on a whistle-stop tour across the country. And when he finally got to Arizona, he collapsed with a major stroke. Okay, and they think they trace that to the Spanish flu that he picked up as late as 2019. 1919. Wow, the CDC said last year if everyone wore a mask for 2 weeks, the virus would disappear 85%. I don't know. It's interesting, though, off the wrench that it's a little known thing about Woodrow Wilson at the peace conference because the other Clemenceau and uh, the um, uh, the other negotiators at the table from France and Italy and England, they were just astounded when Wilson came back. He was pliable. He was like putty. He just agreed to anything. It was like he came back a changed guy, but they thought he was on death's door. He was coughing so bad. So whenever he's safe to sit on. Hey, Rev Low. Rev Low, will it ever be safe to sit on public toilet seats? I'll let you know tomorrow when I'm going down the road. People always look forward to my rest stop reviews going down I-5. uh, I'm not sure about that. Uh, wow, this is, I don't want to go bad here, guys, but I've just seen so much explosive diarrhea around. Anybody that thinks that the women's rooms are necessarily cleaner and things like that, you got another thing coming sometimes. Uh, yeah. Okay, you have a good one too, Jay Love. You have a good one too, honey. Great one. Having a great chat tonight. So, hey, Joni, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. They put toilet paper. They also have the things that you pull out of the wall and the packages that you put on the seat. Would I ever put my butt in direct contact with a public toilet seat? No, no. Have I ever before? Probably. Nightclubs or a little buzzed or something like that. Have I worried about it? Yeah. Yeah, the sensible versus those without common sense. Bring antiseptic wipes and install pre-wipe them. That's a good idea, Patricia. Yeah, squatting keeps your thighs in shape. Exactly, exactly. Angry injury here. Motion of ocean, not wave size at all. Exactly. Wall art. It's just I've seen horrifying things out there on the streets and stuff that people shouldn't ought to see out there. And I will, for the life of me, never understand the backfire bombers that just horizontally just shoot at. All right, enough of that. Mark Dodge says it kills me how people act like they're suffering to not eat at Applebee's and wear a mask at Walmart. We come from slave trailer tears to depress. Exactly. Ooh, wow, Patricia. TMI. Ooh, Joni. Oh, man. Yeah, well, that's what I had for 5 years, Drake. The Asian squat toilets. I got used to them. Yeah, Joni, I didn't need to see. I mean, God, talk about somebody that needs to be 5150 Baker acted. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. At least the squatters in Asia, you could just kind of hang over it. I don't know how we got here either, Joni, but you just took us right down. You just took us right down at the bottom. Okay. Shot made me dog tired today, but other than that, it's all good. Was that number one or number two? I mean, I don't know, Patricia. I can't get down with that. That is just that's awful. I don't know. Didn't even wash. That's right. So crazy. You were only Baker acted twice. Well, you came close to a third time tonight. So, LA in the wings, guys. Um, a couple must-do events. We've got the Hotel Cecil. We'll be doing that. That will probably be a live stream event. I would say 90% probability of live stream. Because I can cut that out of the stream and re-upload that like I did with the Calistoga yesterday. The quality will be less pixelated because of stronger signal carry in LA, better quality for the live stream feed. Calistoga was a little bit rough at spots because they just don't have all the, the super towers and things built up there. Hotel Cecil, I want to be damn careful too. Now, the big problem is a lot of people are going to be drawn to that area as tourists, and they're going to be stumbling around Main Street, and some of them are going to get clipped. They're going to get conked over the head, and they're walking into, they're walking into Hell Street down there, and they don't even know it, just to get the story and stuff like that. Because that's between that and MacArthur Park and Skid Row. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Okay, Oda May, take care. You can post that link one more time before you go. I didn't mean to make you upset, man. Al, you don't ever make me upset. You don't move my needle at all. Squatty Potty never took off. Yeah, exactly. So that's a must-do event. What else did I say was, MacArthur Park. I think we're going to put that back on the agenda again. We're going to try to do some metal detecting. The weather looks like it's going to be good. Then it should be good. I don't think Al lives in Florida, to tell you the truth. Hotel Cecil, more dangerous. Exactly. The hotel's a lot less dangerous than the few people go around the back alley. And this time I think we're going to figure out a way to venture around the whole shooting match down there. Okay, and I got my flashlight all packed and everything and ready to go. So maybe we'll see if I can hire a psychic to go down there. Maybe we'll do a psychic reading, right? Maybe we'll have somebody go down there that's kind of a Ghostbuster or something and make a special event out of that. No promises, but that's an idea. That's an idea. Oh, that's right, Susie. If Susie doesn't phase me, nobody does. Metal detect in Sutter Creek near Colma. Yeah. So it's gonna be good times down there. So those I think are the must things. I want to focus on the food scene a little bit, not the fancy food scene, but things should be opening up a lot more. I think it's a red thing, finally opening up to some indoor dining, which will be a treat, for that. So I think it's going to be a good agenda. I also have other ideas of video content that I want to bring out. I've always been interested in LA and true crime, and I find cities where there's a lot of wealth and things. There's also a lot of horrific tragedies and murders occur in those places too. It's kind of weird. So, yeah, thank you, Al. Yeah, where's our mascot Quirky tonight? Huh? Where's Starwalker? Where's your girl tonight? Right? Where's your quirky girl? So, thank you, Jody. Thank you, Al. If you call ahead to the Cecil, no, you cannot get inside. You cannot get inside. They're not renting rooms at all. And I'm sure the production company for Netflix paid big money to look. They're cash strapped. All right, there ain't no free ride down there. All right, guaranteed, guaranteed. Baker Act is a Florida law. Well, thank you, Tammy. Yep. So off the wrench, thank you. Yeah, MacArthur Park is the same place where someone left a cake out in the rain and now it's all rat infested and all that. So crazy. So I am going to go ahead and we're coming up to the 2 hour mark. I want to thank Oda May. She not only runs my Discord, she's a great friend of JK NoCal and Harmony, his wife, and as well as a great friend of mine for many years here on YouTube. She is turnkeying JK NoCal and Harmony, his wife's baby shower. The link is now in the description box, and I hope that you'll join my Discord too. I hope that things pick up speed over there. They tell me it takes a good year to really build up a decent Discord, and Discord's really just an off-platform place where people can chat. You don't need to give your info. You just make up a username and a password, and you can join the Discord. Oda May is going to post the link over there too. There is a list of items, a registry, if you feel so inclined. Might be a nice thing to do. Well, thank you everybody for the safe travels. Thank you to my wonderful moderators for the usual great job that you do. Tammy, I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. Leah, always good to see you. And Charla. Make sure to check out Charla Unplugged, her channel. She does content on there. Lip, always good to see you. And the Susie girl, as per usual, and my official thumbnailographer, Jody, on there. Good to see you. Jerry K, thank you very much. And Riza, always good to see you, honey. I hope that you have managed to shake off that horrific migraines that you get and things like that. Thank you, Margie, Jennifer, everybody else. The list will be posted for JK's Amazon list in the description box. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up, please do so. I'll be seeing you from the rest stop on the road tomorrow, everybody. Let's pray to God. It's a 50-50 flip a coin. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Joey D. Everybody have a great one. Thank you very much.